I'm pretty sure that you want to lead a financially stable and independent life, and in today's video I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. And yeah, without any further ado, let's delve in. Now, I initially planned to make a review or a summary of this book called Money by Tony Robbins, and most of the things in this video are taken from that particular book. But this video is not a summary of that book because there's a lot of differences, because I live in India and my target audience is in India, and there are a lot of differences from that book because the economic system differs highly from where Tony Robbins lives. And since the key ideas are same, if you want to be financially independent, please read this book. This book is available on Storytel and you can get access to it with a free 30-day trial by clicking the link in the description below and using the link storytel.com/LE, because it will give you a 30-day free trial, after which it is just $2.99 per month. And now, without any further ado, let's get into this video. The most important thing about being financially independent is to have the mindset. And the mindset should be an investor mindset and not a consumer mindset. You should not be buying and consuming things, but instead investing in them, because that's how your money is going to multiply. And multiplying money is one of the most important steps of becoming financially independent. There are three major steps. That number one is making money, obviously. So you have to get a job or start a business. I usually suggest people to get a job to raise the capital or the money for the business first, and then go into business, because in case it does not stick, I don't want you to fall back on nothing. So yeah, make sure you have done something so that you have some money aside just in case your business doesn't work out, okay? But the first thing is to make money, obviously. Number two is to keep and save money, and that is very, very important. There are a lot of people who make a lot of money, but they end up spending it. And your net income is usually much, much lower than what you actually earn, because guess what? You've spent all the money somewhere else. So yeah, you need to learn how to keep and save money. And number three is to multiply money. Now, what I have seen is that because I am from a middle class family, we do the second step very well. We manage the first step about making money, we manage the second step about keeping money too, but most of us do not know how to multiply money. And if you want to know exactly how to multiply money by investing, make sure you check out this video by Saloni. I really liked how she elaborated everything. This was one of the videos which helped me gain clarity about what I want in my financial life, and it has guided me so much. So please go check it out. Also, Manpreet, aka the Indian booktuber, has a different channel where she has also made a similar video. So make sure you check her video out as well. Really benefited a lot from these two videos. Not to mention that even these two people are very close to me. I'm only 19, so you can guess that I'm still pretty new to all this. But yeah, I have gained a lot of clarity from them, and also definitely from a lot of books. The next step is to visualize how a financially independent life will look like to you. Financial independence means to be able to do anything that you want without worrying about your money. So obviously, it's not like you will start imagining having a private jet, but then little things which make you feel free. Because what makes me feel very free is buying books whenever I want to, no matter what the price is. And yeah, that is what financial freedom means to me right now. Your definition of financial freedom must be very, very different from mine. And obviously, I am still pretty young. Definitions change from time to time. But the sum of it is to not have to worry about money, no matter what you want to do. So visualize how it looks like. Visualize what kind of lifestyle you will be leading. Visualize what are the things you will be spending on. Visualize the number of members in your family. Visualize your monthly expenditure and monthly savings and all that. Once you have visualized everything, you'll know what's the goal, and then you can backtrack what you need to do now to achieve that goal. Okay, next step will be to budget and allocate your savings. Now, most millionaires and rich people, they allocate 60 to 65% of their earnings to investments, 30 or 20% to their needs, and the rest to the wants. So the want is only like 10 or 15% most of the times. And yeah, this is so important. There are so many times we buy things on impulse, but we should definitely not do that unless they are an absolute need in our life. And we must learn to distinguish between needs and wants. So most of the times when I'm buying books, books are actually my wants and not my exact needs, because I already have like 100 books, 100 on my shelves. So yeah, it's definitely a want. So I need to control that, and I only allocate like 5 or 10% of what I earn to books right now. But sometimes I do like go a little bit overboard, but let's keep that aside for now. The biggest and the best decision that I probably ever took was not buying a laptop for over 2 years. I have been working online for 3 years now. So for the longest time, people tried to convince me that I need a laptop to work from home. And while I saw that all of them had laptops, I saw that I was doing perfectly fine without a laptop. So a laptop would have probably been a want and not a need for me at that point of time. I bought a laptop 3 months ago when I realized that I wanted to do social media marketing, and for that I do need a laptop because ads managers do not run very well on a phone. But that was the only reason I got my laptop. Now I do editing, I do a lot of other stuff on my laptop now, but I could also have done that on my phone, and as long as I did not need the laptop, I did not buy it, whereas it would have been probably very easy to get a laptop. So that's the thing. You need to understand what are your wants and what are your needs, and most of the times you'll realize that most of the things that you are thinking, oh my god, I need this in my life, no, you don't really need them. Just let a few days pass and you'll realize that you don't really want them anymore. Fourth step is the most crucial step about financial independence, which is building an emergency fund. An emergency fund has to be like 3 to 6 months of your salary saved up just in case a rainy day comes. If there's an emergency, maybe you lost your job, maybe there's an emergency at home, maybe there's a hospital emergency, whatever it is, make sure you always have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of your salary. Manpreet actually gave me this idea of keeping them in FDs. And I have built an emergency fund of like 3 months of my salary, average 3 months, because I don't really have a particular salary. So it's really difficult for me to judge that way, but even then it's quite a significant sum. I've kept it aside in an FD, and then I'm planning to expand it to 6 months very soon. Now I know it is a little bit difficult, but before you start investing, you have to prepare an emergency fund. If you have invested all your money in places, you won't be getting them at a point of emergency, and at that point of time you will need some quick cash. So make sure you always have an emergency fund before you go into things like investing. Next step will be to learn how to multiply money. That is how to make money work for itself. And it is so important. So when you do an FD, you get an interest every month. If you are investing in mutual funds, you also get an interest. If you're investing in a piece of property, when you're renting it out or selling it once again, you will make an extra income. And there are so many other ways to do that. I'm pretty sure a Google search will help you, but you need to learn how to multiply money. Saving is not enough because inflation rates soon beat the value of money that you saved at that point of time. In case you don't understand, let me make it very clear to you. 1 rupee, the value of 1 rupee that was 10 years ago, it has definitely decreased. You could have bought much more at just 1 rupees 10 years ago than you can do now. So if you saved 1 rupees back then, the value of that 1 rupee has probably become 25 paise. That's the deal. So the value of money is decreasing every day. So if you don't increase your money, if you don't multiply your money, there's no use of saving it. So please do invest, and investing is the best way to multiply money, definitely. And I highly suggest you guys to read this book called The Intelligent Investor because it's really, really insightful. The next tip is to buy assets and not liabilities. And this tip is from this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. I already have a review and summary of that book, so go check it out. Assets are things that will bring you income, and liabilities are things that will take away your money. For the longest time, I have always made sure that I don't buy any liabilities. Now, there are a lot of people, when they get their first salary, they probably buy a bike or maybe save up to buy a car. But then if you buy a car, it will obviously increase your expenditures. Cars are such a huge expense. So unless you absolutely need it, please don't invest in it. Instead, maybe invest in a car that you can probably rent out would certainly be a better idea. Also, if you are buying a piece of property to live in, it's probably going to be a liability. But if you are buying a piece of property to rent out, it's becoming an asset because it's bringing you income every month. So learn how to build assets and not liabilities. And the last tip, which again is so important, and all books and everybody talks about this, is to live frugal lives. Like, live way below your means, else you can never be financially independent. The thing is, when our income increases, it's a natural tendency to increase our expenditures, and it's very hard to control that. I have struggled for the longest time to save my money because I would feel like, okay, but I can afford this, why shouldn't I buy this? And then I understood that if I do it right now, maybe I am going to take that money away from my future. So yeah, let's not do that. I have had no lifestyle jumps. I am so proud of that ever since I started making money and saving money and doing everything that I do, I have never ever changed my lifestyle. I still travel in public bus. I still don't buy more than one or two clothes in 3 or 4 months probably. I don't really go out as much. I never went out at all. And I don't do that even. I don't go to parties or anything. Yeah, you understand, I live very frugally and way below my means. And a big reason for that is that I know that my life is very unstable. Anytime this could all just snap and it could just go anywhere and I won't have anything left. So that fear sort of helps me to live frugally, but even then I think there's a sense of responsibility that drives it. So if you have an income of maybe 10 or 20,000 per month, please make sure that you are living very frugally as if you earn maybe 3 or 5,000 a month, because that will help you a lot in going ahead in your financial life for the future. And lastly, please start saving for your retirement. It's gonna come here sooner than you think. Also, it doesn't have to be that you'll retire only at 60 or 62. You can retire at any age you want to. You don't have to work just because of money. So please make sure you're saving it for your retirement from the moment you start earning. There's also a worksheet in the description below which will help you gain better clarity about your financial life. So go check it out. I hope that you like it, and do share your results if you want to. I know it might be a bit personal, but I really love to see how you're solving the worksheets. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, make sure you give this video a big fat thumbs up. I will be making finance related videos every week for this month, because a lot of my young subscribers are looking for it, and I really think we should talk more about money. It's such a taboo in India, but it's the most important thing in the world. I wish it wasn't, but it actually is. So yeah, make sure that you are asking me if you have any requests about finance related videos. I will be also making business book related videos through Wednesdays, and yeah, I hope you guys like them as well. I'll be back with another video next week. Till then, bye bye.